Sup folks, Sharon here! I saw Ace Trainer Liam's top 10 wrong type video recently and wanted to write a comment including my own top 10, but then it got really long and I was like, why not make a video instead? Just for clarity, this list is about Pokémon that I feel like they should have a different type, and of course this is just my personal list, so the whole thing will be subjective. Number 10! Luxray, Electric Dark. I'm just messing with you, it doesn't make any sense, sorry. The actual number 10! Minior, Rock and Psychic in the Shield's down form. I think it would be a nice touch to make it more related to Solrock and Lunatone in that sense, as well as adding another twist to its mid-battle form change gimmick. Number 9. Electivire, Electric and Fighting. I don't really have any deep reasons for it, I just feel like it would be cool, fit with how it used to be the signature electric elemental punch user, and out of the currently existing electric Pokémon it's probably the closest to being a fighting type as well. Although I feel like Magmortar would have to follow here, but I'm not seeing the fighting type at all. But it's not like it would be the first time that Game Freak abandons a Pokémon grouping. Jinx! Number 8. Goodra, Dragon Water. Or Dragon Poison, pick one. What bothers me is that it's neither, it's just Dragon. In Gen 3 there was this thing where half the pseudo-legendaries were Dragon types, and the other half had interesting exotic combinations instead. And I remember being excited to see more of the non-Dragon ones in the future. And as if it wasn't enough that they've kept adding exclusively Dragon types every generation after. Here comes Goodra, who isn't even anything else but Dragon, despite clear potential of bringing a more defensive combo to the table. I don't know, it's almost as bad as Flabébé not being grass types when they obviously should be. Number 7! Umbreon, Poison. The Dark type feels kind of misplaced on it to me. It evolves with friendship, for crying out loud. And with how ridiculously popular evolutions are, it's pretty much the mascot of misleading people about what the concept behind the Dark type actually is. And I felt like Poison was an easy substitute, what with all the Dex entries flat out talking about poisons it creates. It's kind of weird. Did they have Umbreon as a Poison type at one point? But then maybe changed their mind as they added the Dark type mid-development? Oh my god, Poke Theory confirmed, someone call Birdkeeper Toby! Number 6! Heliolisk, Electric and Sun something? What? Actually, hold on to your butts, this one is gonna be long. In Gen 6 we saw the first Pokémon that had elemental types before their normal type. No, not just being a normal dual type, but actually having it as their secondary type. When Helioptile was revealed, I was so much in denial of this happening that I was 100% certain it would turn out to be some unique gimmick, where its secondary normal type is going to be changing between different types depending on some battle condition, the environment, or how charged Helioptile is. But nope, it's just electric normal. It doesn't even learn a special normal type signature move or anything. With Pyroar, I'm pretty sure the reasoning is that they wanted it to have stab on sound moves, which are kind of covered by normal for now. And it's likely the reason why Wigglytuff remained normal while gaining Fairy, despite Clefable being turned into a pure Fairy like it was no big deal. So you could look at Pyroar's normal type as a placeholder, in case they ever decide to make Sound an actual type. But what about Heliolisk? I used to think it was because of how it's said to be running faster when it's charged with electrical energy, so I thought of normal like an unflavored technique type. In other words, being good at generic things like running and yelling or whatever. But at this point it might as well be that Game Freak decided to associate pure sunlight with a normal type, in this case for some reason. I don't know. So I guess it's not that much that I want Heliolisk to get a different type instead of normal. I just want it to manifest in some way that will justify giving it that fighting weakness. Number 5. Probopass, Rock Electric. The whole thing about this line is that they are Easter Island rock figures with prominent magnetic noses. So naturally Nosepass evolved and gained a bigger nose. But as the story goes, that nose attracted a bunch of metallic dust and apparently that's enough to justify making it a steel type. Like somehow they completely skipped the force that attracted the beard in the first place. I mean, come on, it learns 6 electric moves naturally and just 2 steel moves. This isn't rocket science. Number 4. Garbodor, Poison Plastic. The f*** is a plastic type, dude? Oh crap, sorry, I don't know how this got onto this list. I'll save my silly fake type ideas for some other video. The actual number 4. Jirachi. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pure Psychic. I think they wanted to make it more unique, but I don't get it. Because something... Comets... Metal? No, I don't know. And yes, I am aware, making it Pure Psychic would hurt it really bad competitively. It's just that nothing about its design remotely implies Steel type, let alone make it Steel its primary type for some reason. And the only Steel type move it learns naturally is Doom Desire, which, being its signature move, could as well be any other type anyway. Number 1, 2, 3! Kingler, Sharpedo, Walrein. Not a water type. Huh? Why? I'm probably the only one even considering this idea, I know, but hear me out. You know how the flying type is sometimes just slapped on anything that has wings? Like even if it's just a ladybug or something? It kind of cheapens the flying type in my opinion, reducing it from a proper elemental type to just a free immunity and a bunch of heavy weaknesses. Anyhow, I feel the same with the water type on some Pokémon, as it's sometimes slapped on anything that would simply survive underwater, rather than use water as their elemental strength. If you look at the examples I picked, they barely learn any water type moves naturally. And the examples might not even be the best out there. I'm just trying to talk about the idea of aquatic Pokémon that are not water type, because I for one would like to see more of those. And to Game Freak's credit, they did start to play around just a bit with this lately, where we have Malamar, Electros, Dragalge. They just haven't started making them actually show up in water. So maybe someday we will see a plethora of non-water types while exploring the bottom of a vast diverse ocean or such. I would love to see that. Number 2! Gengar. Ghost Dark. While there isn't necessarily that much evil going on there, although it does learn several dark moves and no poison moves whatsoever, I felt for a long time like this would be one of those type combinations that you would expect to be as common as say Bug Poison, Rock Ground, but instead its whole representation is too highly forgotten single stage Pokémon. So I feel like Gengar could have been that obvious type combo 3-stage mascot. Bonus mention! Arceus. Yes, not Arceus. Cause I think the anime butchered its name in the movie and they just didn't want to confess it, so they went along with it. The Japanese name doesn't imply a K sound anywhere. So Arceus. With it being the legendary Dimension Trio leader, and it also looking like it belongs into the same group, I've always felt like it would have been more interesting if it was normal dragon, with just the normal type being switched out for whatever plate it's holding. But what about the dragon type Arceus? Easy. Delete it, or just make it pure dragon. But moving on to my final choice. Number 1. Yveltal. Poison Flying. I was kind of disappointed when they revealed the life-sucking legendary Pokémon of Death is one of those more cliché dark types. When will we ever get this close to a mascot legendary being poison type again? I also feel like it would make more sense for Yveltal to rip Xerneas to shreds rather than the other way around. Phew! Congratulations, you actually made it through this video. If you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to leave them below. I really appreciate you taking your time and thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, I made these sick fake legendaries lately. Go check them out in my gallery or on Twitter or hit pause or something. See ya!